Listen, you know many people, some of you are even in that category, where you are doing a lot of things, but they are not paying you for what you are doing because you don't have the qualification. But you know you can do the job. That's the way this thing works. Look, when I started out, because I'm a pastor, I started realizing that a lot of things I could do and be paid for, people were not willing to pay me for it because they only saw me as a pastor. And I started realizing that I need to make adjustments in some of this formula. Because see, in the world that we live in, the Bible says the children of this world are wiser in their own thing than the children of light. And it says that when we go into the marketplace, we should be wise as serpents and gentle as a dove. So as I began to share with my members in the 90s, I realized that many of them were doing well. They were getting promotion. They would come and give testimony. So I said, come, all these things I'm teaching you people, you are going to work. Why not tell your office that I can come and train them? And they should pay me as a consultant. So many of them will now go. They will now come and say, hey, sir. They say, I should bring your CV. They say, we should bring your resume. I say, what's that? I'm anointed. I know this thing. They say, so I realized that even though I was teaching them, when it comes to the marketplace, it's not a pastor, doctor. No. It is, what are the certifications? So I say, okay. I studied building technology and quality surveying. You can't put that one. I say, God. So I began to reorganize myself. Number one, you will never see any book I wrote that has pastor. My name is Olumide Emmanuel. Pastor is not my name. It's what I do. Hello? I'm telling you. So I saw John Marks. I said, this guy is a pastor. He doesn't put pastor. So I started. I copied John Marks. I said, yeah, my name is Olumide Emmanuel. And then I began to reposition myself. And before you know it, I started going for courses. I started doing things, getting certification. And then the same thing that I would teach in church as a series, I would teach in the marketplace as modules and courses, and people were paying. Why? Because I had the right certification. I remember when I wrote the School of Money book. The School of Money book is the first book that I wrote that is not, I didn't put any Bible quoting scripture. No. Every book I've written till then was Bible. So I said, okay, let me do this John Maxwell thing now. So I said, let's do School of Money. When I released that book, after writing the book, I knew that if I released the book, even though I was already rich, as I did, I was rich. I had properties all over the world. But they still need certificates. So I started looking for the top universities. Cambridge, Yale, Harvard. All that. I was applying. Even if it's 1 month course, let me just go and do something and put the name. So I kept the book waiting. Then, bam, I got an email from Harvard. Oh, come and do this. I said, oh, I jumped at it. There was nothing they were going to teach me there. I didn't need any lecture. I just needed the name legally. So I got there. And then the professor that taught me, I carried the School of Money manuscript. I gave to him. I said, I've written this book. The guy came to class the next day and said, where is Mr. Olumide? I said, he said, oh my God, you wrote the book. I couldn't sleep, man. You took sleep off my eyes. He said, what are you doing here? You should be a lecturer here. I said, I know. He said, you are not even humble about it. I said, it's not about humble. I know. It's not pride. I know that I should be a lecturer. I came. He said, so why are you here? I said, I need the logo of Harvard. I need the brand. I said, I came here for brand affiliation. So that when I put it, the Harvard graduate, people will say, oh yeah, he knows what he's talking about. Hello? And that's it. Came back, released the book. Listen to the story. Came back, released the book. I'm telling you, these things work. So I'm not telling you, these are things I have worked in. Came back, released the book. There is a major media platform in our country that I have tried to go on. 4 different times I've been rejected simply because I'm a pastor. They say, oh, no, this is not a religious platform. We don't need pastors here. We don't know. No. So when I released the book, they went to the same platform and said, there's a guy from Harvard that just released a book on School of Money. And they would like to come and promote it. Oh, Harvard. And they come and they say they have accepted. I say, they have rejected me for it. I said, no. We told them there is a guy from Harvard. I said, Harvard? Certificate. Oh. I hope you know that many of you are here Somebody will go to London and return and come and be your boss just because he has a right certificate. And you went to one funny university where they are going on strike, where you are inside one cubicle. Hello? And then I got to this radio station, this media platform, and they began to ask me questions, and I began to answer, and it was boom. The whole state, everywhere was like, who is this man? Because the platform was heavy. When we were done, the lady looked at me after the meeting and said, wow. He said, I've been in media for over 15 years. He said, nobody has ever challenged me intellectually like you did. He said, this Harvard is very powerful. Can you Harvard that I did 1 week course. She gave the glory of all the grace of God on my life to a 1 week course Harvard. Why? Because in the marketplace, that's what they are looking for. If somebody comes and says, okay, I graduated from Yale, I finished from Cambridge, they don't even know whether he has brain, whether I didn't have brain. Because let me tell you, so many of you, you look down on yourself. You don't know that the greatest fraud is abroad. I can tell you for free. Go to London, go to all this school. You will see Chinese people that cannot speak English. They will graduate. How? Hello, how did a Chinese that does not understand English go to Harvard and graduate when the lecture was in English? There is fraud everywhere. Don't let anybody make you look down yourself. All they are looking for is their school fees to take care of their country. And they will just give. I'm telling you. Hello? So get all the certification you can get. Someone called on the radio station. He said, hello, I love what the man is saying. I'm an Harvard alumni. And we support our own. Please tell him that I need 100 copies. I'm telling you, that's how the book started going, everywhere. Are you ready for this one? So I pick up the book. And I said, since this book is doing well, let me go around the world and publish this book and let people know. I came to Ghana. I did a launching in Ghana. Yeah, did a launching in Ghana. One of my friends gave to me. You organized. So we did Ghana. So I sent to my friend, Molapo, very powerful guy in South Africa. I sent to him. I said, look, I want to come and launch this book. The Molapo in South Africa. I sent to him. When I sent to him, the next thing I got an email. I thought it was a fraud. He said, John Maxwell would like you to come on board. I'm like, the same John Maxwell that we have been reading since we were small. I said, come on board what? He said, well, that's what you don't know is that I'm actually in charge of John Maxwell Africa. And now when John Maxwell wants to go around the African continent, he has consulting jobs and they are looking for people to join them. But when they saw the book, they say, why will we bring somebody from Africa when there's somebody, a guru here in Africa? That's how they brought me on board. Listen to me. That's when I entered private jet for the first time in my life. We were on TBN. I was on TBN for like 2 years. We were going from, I was a consultant to 4 African countries. That's how we're going around. Now, where did all this thing start? Certification. Hello? They were not carrying me around as Pastor Olumide Emmanuel. They were carrying me around as Dr. Olumide Emmanuel. So get all the certification you can get. Number 4. Network strategically. What did I say? You have heard it said before that your net worth is determined by your network. Please listen and listen well. In this life, you don't go up, you are brought up. You don't go up, you are what? You are brought. The same way your parents brought you up, somebody must bring you up. In this world, there are gatekeepers that determines who enters and who stays. In this world, there are rooms where destiny decisions are made. And if you don't have the right people speaking for you in the room, if you don't have sponsors, if you don't have mentors, you will realize that you can labor and labor and labor, and you wonder why you are not moving forward. Somebody must speak for. So you need to network strategically. So when you get into an industry, let me start with the company. When you get into a company, number 1, find out in this company, who are the power brokers? Who are the people that determines what happens here? Listen, it's not sucking up to people. It's not human worship. But it is the way this world works. And don't let anybody tell you it's an African thing. Anywhere in the world, Anywhere in the world. I run the Billionaires Conclave. It's a global platform. We are members in 14 countries all over the world. When you hear things, you will be like, I used to think that some things are only in Africa. No. One of my members, we had a conclave summit in Atlanta just this March, Easter weekend. And he was sharing that, sir, that all these things you are sharing, that in fact, my wife and I, our life has changed within the last 12 months, And what had happened was, they are involved in real estate in Atlanta. And he said, when they started listening to me and joined the conclave, because I told them, which is one of the things I will share with you tomorrow, go and join Rotary Club, join Lions, join all these associations. Because you people will just be going to church. And I'm asking myself, you just be going to church? I said, look, religion. So they joined this association and they became regular. They were going, before you know it, they were meeting. Because most of the people that run things are in different associations. And when you meet in association, just because you are a member, some barriers are already removed. That's how they had a meeting. One of the major power brokers said he was doing his 60th birthday and invited them for an exclusive dinner. And then they told their pastor that these people have invited us. And the pastor said, no. Be careful. Because those kind of meetings, So they called me. They said, sir, we are confused, sir. I said, what? He said, you told us that we are either in the secret court or we are in the secret place. I said, yes. He said, these people have invited us. But our pastor is saying we should be careful. I said, yes, he's right. Be careful. Be careful doesn't mean you should not go. He's just telling you to be careful. So I am now telling you, be careful and go. They went to the meeting. Man of God. They say when they got there, they were the most dressed people. Everybody was in short knicker and t-shirt. They thought it was, they had tuxedo, they had gown. They said, oh. He said when they got there, mayor, chairman of this and that, the man just introduced them. And they said this. They said there are things they have been pursuing that they have not been able to touch, that they did not even know that these people are aware. He said, the man now said, yeah, so introduce them. He said, they are the ones trying to get that property and that other property. You know, that one we discussed, they are the ones. So let's allow them. He said that was the first time he was aware that some people were even aware that they are trying to get the property. He said, when they now went to meet, I said, he said, no, that nothing moves in Atlanta without us. They say any property you are buying, if we say the bank is not giving you money, they are not giving you money. If we say you are not getting that property, you are not getting. These are people that are power brokers. Many of the prayers you are praying, all you need is one connection. Hello? So if you want to do well in the marketplace, network strategically. Don't go to church, raise shoulder. Go to office, raise shoulder. Everywhere you are raising shoulder like a peacock. Pride and arrogance will mess you up. Hello? Greet people. Smile. It's free. Smile is free. Yeah, smile. It's free. You don't pay for it. Hello? And then volunteer. Offer yourself. Say hello, how are you? Just go to the people. Hello, just to let you know, I admire you. You're learning. You know, I just want to learn anything you think I need to know. Just put yourself out there. In the marketplace, we call it top of the mind awareness. So that, because listen, you see. There are rooms that determines what happened in destiny. We can't go into all the rooms, but if you get the book, I mentioned 7 of them in the book. Everybody is born in what is called a labor room. And what happens in the labor room determines whether you will be born or you will die. And your mother alone will come out, or you will come out without a mother, or both of you will come out. Labor room is very powerful. We have all kinds of rooms. But there is one room that is very powerful. It's called the boardroom. The boardroom is where decisions about people's progress are made. Now listen. When decisions are made in the boardroom, you must have a voice. That's why you network strategically. So that when you are in the boardroom and the senior management is meeting to determine who to promote, who to transfer, you are not going to be there in that decision-making room, but you must have somebody there that is a voice for you. I sit on the board of different companies all over the world. I've been in meetings where people's destinies were being decided. I've gone to office before to sack people, and I came back without sacking them. Why? Because somebody said, sir, we can't sack him. Please, sir. The wife is pregnant. Let's have mercy. Let's give him 3 more months. My PA is here. We still discuss sacking somebody today. Today. The person is sitting down and thinking he has a job. But today, what did we conclude? Give him 3 months. He says, sir, let's give him 3 months. So I said, okay, get the other guy ready. So that in 3 months' time, we can easily replace him. So we are already getting a replacement like David for Saul. So if he does not match up in the next 3 months, he has lost his job. That is how powerful some people are. They determine who moves and who does not move. So you network strategically. There are gatekeepers. Don't let anybody be telling you, I don't need anybody but God. Be fooling yourself. You will realize that God cannot do anything in this world without human vessel. Hello? Do you know what killed Vashti? Do you know who is called Vashti? Vashti, very powerful woman of God. She ended up in obscurity because she had no voice in the boardroom. Read your Bible. Vashti did what every woman has done. There is no married woman on earth that has never said no to their husband. Not one. All men know what it means to hear no. No in different no. No. No is normal. Hello? Whether it's bedroom no, whether it's decision no, there is no. We continue with life. I'm tired. No, leave me. Is it food? Is that what you want? Is that the reason you are thinking about? No problem. Hello? So the husband says, go and call her for me. Let her come and display. And she said, no, I'm not coming. I'm busy. Read your Bible. When they told the king said, okay, no problem. Women, let's continue. The king was okay. And then that was a board meeting in the boardroom. All of a sudden, Memuka. He said, excuse me, sir. We can't continue this meeting. He said, what madam has done is dangerous. If we allow it to slide, women will begin to disrespect their husband. They were already disrespecting you, sir. You don't look for an excuse to fight your battle. You were already being disrespected. So why are you coming up with this story? But you know the amazing thing? Memukan is not the issue. Nobody in that room pleaded for her. She did not have a voice where it mattered. Somebody should have said, no, we can't do that. Keep quiet, Memukan. This is your wife, not that. No, madam is good. This is just one thing. Nobody spoke for her. Strategic networking. I have a few of my guys in different parts of the world. Some of them listen, some of them don't listen. Because listen, many of you don't know how powerful money is until you have it. There are many things you never think you can do until you have money. Some people think they are humble. When you are poor, you are not humble. I can tell you for free. Because what is the basis for your pride as a poor man? You'll be humble for poverty humbles people. It's when you have money and you are humble, then I will know that you are really an humble man. So some of these guys, when they begin to touch some money, even me, they won't listen. They'll be telling me, they'll be quoting, they'll be telling me, they have read some books. You will talk one, they will talk three. And me, I just keep quiet. I say, no problem. You will learn. So one of these, my guys, left Nigeria, went to one of these foreign countries to start a business. And then I started seeing his posts on social media, all the big things he said he was doing. Then I traveled down and I met with him. I said, come, who are the members of your board in this country? So he mentioned. I said, you don't have any powerful person on your board from this country speaking for you, and you're on social media making noise. I said, listen and listen well. There are some noise that will attract trouble. And you must be sure you have the backup for that trouble. I said, this noise you're making, shut up. Or back up. So that when you are making noise, you know that you have something backing you up. And I told him, get somebody from this country that has this capacity, that has this connection, put them on your board to become part of your board so that their name will be on your website. So that because they will start checking you, and when they check you, they see the name, they say, no, he has people. They will leave you. The guy said, no, we are going to take over. We are here to take over. I said, okay, foreigner, you are taking over. Okay. What I told him to do 3 years later, they came for him. He has left the country now. He has left that country. He has left the business, left everything. I said, what happened? He said, that should have listened to your support. That he say, now when they now came for him, he now went to look for the people I told him to look for 3 years ago. The cheapest one he saw, man, said $100,000 per annum to sit on your board. $100,000 per annum to sit on your board. Something he would have done 3 years ago for 10,000, and he would not have entered that trouble. So what am I saying? Network strategically. So number one is what? Number two? Number three? Number four? Number five, where we close? Understand the business of your career. Understand the business of your career. Understand the business of your career. I'm going to start with sports and entertainment, because that one is very common and popular for you to understand. Then I'll bring it into your career. There are many people today that are in show business. They know the show, but they don't know the business in the show. Somebody else is the one that knows the business. So you see them showing on social media with bling bling, but they are poor. They are celebrity beggars. Hello? But there are people that are the real power brokers behind the record label, the owners of the show, that are making the money. You know of a lot of footballers and sports people that will sign away their life, sign 5 years, sign 10 years. They took a guy from this Ghana here, took him to London. He signed £500 per week. He signed 15 years. From Ghana here, yeah, £500 per week. They did visa for him, took him to London, told him feeding, everything, because he was coming from poverty. £500 per week was like a breakthrough. They took him to London and started making £50,000 per week on his head. And then he started complaining, no, you have signed, sir. You have signed. Hello? You must understand. Do you know a lot of musicians today, when they are nobody and they want to be known, record label will sign them. They don't understand the business of that career. They enter. Now they are known. They now say, no, the man is using me. And then, if you don't want to be used, be useless. He's using you. When you were a nobody and they were signing you, and they were giving you house, giving you car, giving you uniform, and doing all that, and posting you, you didn't know they were spending money. Now you are now a big boy. Hello? So what am I saying? Are you ready for this? There is a difference between medical profession and medical business. There's a difference between legal profession and legal business. So every career profession, there is a business in that career. The real money is not in the profession. The real money is in the business of your profession. So you can be a medical doctor and be poor, but you cannot be in medical supply business and be poor. Are you seeing the difference now? So you can be a medical doctor and you're going on strike, asking for salary increment. But there are people that did not go to medical school. They are the ones supplying the syringes, supplying the bed, supplying the cotton wool, supplying the stethoscope. And they are multi-billionaire in medical supply business. But you that went to school, you are waiting for salary every 4 weeks. There are people that are lawyers now. They are charge and bail lawyer. They are in the legal profession. But there are people in legal business that are making money selling legal books. They produce legal books, sell the gown, sell the wig, sell all the things that they are using, and they are making money and cashing out. And the lawyer is looking for the next case. Hello? So what career are you in? Hello? A member of my church, a university professor that taught French in one of the major universities for 27 years, retired. And one Sunday morning after service, I saw her. I just felt that these are people that have been with me for a while. So I said, Mama, come on. It's been a while. Oh, he said, Pastor, you have forgotten us. You know, church is big now. You don't remember. I said, no, it's not like that. You know, we're busy. So how are you? He said, I have retired. I know I've retired. You know, there's no money, the retirement benefit. I said, how can you say there's no money? I said, I thought you were a professor. He said, yes. You were teaching French. I said, you know, even the pension money. She was, I said, you are serious, man? He said, yes. I said, you can't be poor French in Nigeria. No. There are only 2 languages in Africa, English and French. Do you know how many countries in Africa? I said, oh, so we need to see. So she came to the office and said, sit down. I said, how many books on French have you written? None. Why? So she was a lecturer. She understood the profession of teaching, but she did not understand the business of the profession. So I sat her down and I took her through a short consultancy course. I said, there are many businesses in this your area. I said, number 1, you can become an author. Number 2, you can start an academy and teaching people. You can become a consultant. I said, you can go to embassies. And then you begin to, by the time I was done with her, she said, hey, Pastor, you see now? You see? All these things you have just done with me now. If I have met with you. People of God, within 6 months, she started opening up. Right now, she's still in church, but she's no more poor. She's making money now as a consultant. She's training this. She's doing this. She's doing that. These are things that are the business side of that profession that she did not know. Because she was doing this, go to class, lecture people, collect salary, come home, wait for next month. And that's what many of you are doing. You are in professions where you don't even understand the business of the profession. Man of God, I had a terrible experience. Because see, these Christian people, we need to talk some sense into their brain. I run the Entrepreneurship Academy. And because of that, when people go through our academy, I just feel that do good to all men, especially to those of the household of faith. So I pen down people for different things. I say, okay, when we want to do this, when we want to do this, when we want to do this. We had a meeting today. I was saying, no, we can't just put him by the side. That or that, once that office open, we'll now bring him up. So that's how we sit down and discuss. So this lady, because I had ideas of what I want, I was doing something in the airline industry. So when she came for our academy, she said in one of the discussions that she has been in the airline industry for 17 years. So I penned that down, that when we want to start our airline, we'll bring her on board. So we opened office in Sierra Leone, opened office in Dubai, got the airline, got everything we're starting. Then when we met at Dubai, I said, no, I have a lady that we can bring on board to come and be the station manager. Guess what? So I told my office, call her. They said they have been trying the number, it's not going. I said, okay, give me the number. So I called. The first time I called, it rang. So I said, hello, is this? He said, yes. I said, my name is Olumide Emmanuel. Oh my God. I said, hey, cool down. I said, he said, oh my, I can't believe it. I said, believe it. It's me. And we need to talk faster. I said, are you still in the airline? Yes, sir. Yes, daddy. I said, okay, can I come? Can we have a meeting? Oh, no. So she came. And then I got the shocker of my life. So she came, sat down. Thank God I was the only one in the office. If it was a board meeting, that's the end. So I said, my sister, you graduated from our academy. You told me you were in airline then, 17 years. I said, yeah. I said, now 19 years. So you have been, I said, so now we are starting this airline. He said, I've heard about it. I said, we are the brain behind this. We are bringing it to Nigeria. We are starting, and we need a station manager that will manage everything. So I'm thinking of you coming on board to head it. She looked at me like this. As in. She was doing like this, like a. I said, what is it? He said, as in. I said, as in what? He said, as in. I should come and handle everything. I said, yes. Man of God. She said, all I know is ticketing. True life story. I lie not before God. All I know is ticketing. I said, what did you say? I said, you are in airline industry for 17 years. You don't understand how airline runs. All you know is ticketing, selling tickets. I say you are a fraud. Ticketing. He said, because I was too ashamed, too disappointed. That look at the way Christians, and they'll be going to church praying and fasting. Useless life. What God cannot do does not exist. Oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord. And God will be wondering, my people, open your brain. Stop all this nonsense. She said all this. She said, but she can recommend somebody for me. So she recommended a Muslim. That the boss can do the job. I said, no problem, I'm okay. God bless you. Bye-bye. And she left. I deleted the number from my phone. Deleted everything. I said, this kind of people, go for deliverance. One day you wake up. What am I saying? That's where many of us are. You have been in that office for 7 years. Do you know how offices run? Technical skill is different from business skill. Hello? That you are in an industry. That's, look, even in ministry. It happens. You see a lot of people, assistant pastor, send them to a branch, they will fail. Because as assistant pastor, they will come, they don't know how the people came. You give them microphone, they are fighting for pulpit. Pulpit that they did not build. Because when you are not the pastor, you are a manager. You are not a leader. You are what? A manager. You are not a leader. When you now send them to branch, their deficiency will be unveiled. Because they don't know what it takes to be able to engineer things. Hello? So you want to do well as a career person? Number one, start early. Number two, give it all it takes. Number three, get all the certification you can get. Number four, network strategically. Number five, understand the business of your career. Because inside that career, there are business dimensions that you will be wondering how you are doing it. I close with this story. I like practical stories so that you can get this thing. Another member of my church, a major senior executive in the Nigerian Drug Law Enforcement Agency, the drug people at the airport and other stuff. She has been in that sector for, is it 30-something years now? She will be retiring in 2 years' time or 3 years' time. She shared this story just this few months ago. I think January. She shared this in January. That all her life, that when she started work, drug dealers came to the airport to transfer drug. And she met them and caught them. And as they were going, she was taking them to the reporting office. And the guy said, young lady, you are young. What do you want? And this is a story of 20-something years ago. Say, I can give you $3,000. He said, no, I'm taking you there. 5,000, 8,000. He said, the man was increasing the dollars as they were getting close. He said, no, I'm a Christian. He said, and when they got to the door and they wanted to enter, the man looked at her and said, listen to me. That's how many of you die poor, because you don't understand the way this world works. He said, listen, I'm going to go into that place. The money you refuse to collect, your boss will collect. And I'll be back, but you will remain poor. Hello? And they submitted the guy, handed him over. She said 8 months later or something, the guy came with another drug again to the same airport. I said, hello, how are you? You are still here? I'm out. No, I'm telling you how many of you. She said, so for over 20 years of her life, that she has been wondering. Then they joined our church a few years back. And she started hearing another kind of message. Because you see, many of you don't understand. All this supernatural you are hearing. Supernatural is a combination of super plus natural. Hello? So she joined our church and then she started hearing a different message. She said she has been frustrated that God, I've served you all my life. Is this the way I will die? And retire poor. I don't have house. I don't have anything. Then I started teaching and she started hearing. And then she began to understand what I'm telling you now. That in that same profession, there's a career. And there's a business in that profession. And then, bam. She said, I'm involved in drugs. We see how terrible drugs has been. How come I've not gone to do a course on drug rehabilitation and have certification to help people come out of drugs and have certificate? That's how she started doing short courses. Now, she was sharing with us this January that within the last 2 years, the kind of money she has never made before, she's now making. Not from salary, but as a consultant. She's now consulting for different NGOs, consulting for different foundations, helping them to set up drug rehabilitation and this and that. These are the business side of that profession that the uniform will not give to her, but wisdom give to her. Rise up on your feet.